Do you want to spice up your playing and play a little higher up on the neck? If so, check out this chord voicing. You've probably been playing the chord C7 quite a bit, and you've probably been playing it in this voicing. However, you could play it like this. Okay, and you see how it's the same chord? It sounds the same, but just a little bit different, right? They're both C7, but because of the way the notes are stacked on top of each other, it just gives it a different sound and a little bit of a different flavor. So it can really spice up your playing. So if you were hanging out on C7 a lot, you could alternate between the two to make it a little more interesting. So this chord voicing right here that I just am showing you is a dominant 7 chord voicing, and we can actually do it in a few different places up the neck for some very common chords that you're probably playing. So just to sort of break down what this voicing is, you're going to take your index finger and you're going to bar across the 3rd fret, just like that. And then you're going to take your middle finger and put it on the 4th fret C string. Okay? If that feels a little too difficult, you can always double stack that barred finger. So I can use my index finger and my middle finger on that 3rd fret, and then use my ring finger on the 4th fret C string like that. Okay? So then you have sort of double force on that bar, or you can do it this way, whichever one you prefer. Okay? So this is our C7 chord shape. All right? Now, in this chord voicing, I always think it's good to talk about where the root note is in a chord that's a closed chord voicing. So closed chord means there are no open strings. So this would be an open string voicing because this is the way I play C7. We have 3 open strings, meaning they're not fretted. Okay, we have an open G string, C string, and E string. We only have 1 fretted string. So that is not a closed chord shape. However, this is a closed chord shape because there are no open strings. All 4 strings are fretted. The beauty about closed chord voicings is that they are movable, so we can move them up and down the neck of the ukulele. So if we look at this chord voicing, it's good to just identify where is the root note of the chord. So the root note of a chord is the note that's in the name of the chord. So for instance, in the chord C7, C is the root note, okay? So the note C in this voicing is located on the A string, okay? That note right there is a C. So when I play this chord shape, on the G string, I'm playing the note B flat. On the C string, I'm playing the note E. On the E string, I'm playing the note G. And on the A string, I'm playing the note C. So the A string is where that root note C is, okay? So why is that helpful to know? Because if I move this chord voicing anywhere around the neck, for instance, if I move it down to the 2nd fret, well, you might have played this chord shape before in this exact location, but check it out. What note is on the A string now? So it was here on the C, and we moved it down a half step, right? What note is that? That is a B note. So therefore this is a B7 chord. So no matter where you move this shape, that root note is always going to be on the A string. So for instance, let's move it up to the 5th fret now. Okay, so what note is on the A string now? What note is this 5th fret A string? So if this is C, you know that 3rd fret is C, C, C sharp, D. Okay, so that means that this is a D7 chord. And hey, that's another fun one we could maybe throw into our playing, because you've probably been playing D7 either like this or like this, right? And those are both perfectly nice ways to play the chord D7. However, if you're looking for some more variety, you want to play higher up on the neck or just give a new little spice and sound to that chord, try playing it here. So bar the 5th fret and then put your middle finger on that 6th fret C string. New way to play D7. So now you have 2 new chords that you can throw into your playing. You have C7 and D7. And those are both very common chords in ukulele music because those are just 2 chords that come up a lot, okay? Now, what happens if we shift this whole shape up to the 7th fret now? Okay, well, what note is on that A string? So this was D, D sharp, E. Okay, so that means this is an E7 chord. Wow, pretty fun. You've probably been playing E7 like this. But now you have a totally new way to play E7 like this. And that sounds quite different, right? Also because it's so much higher in pitch. Really nice chord to add into your repertoire, right? So just right off the bat, those are 3 chords that you should just start using in your playing. And you know, when it comes to learning how to play higher up on the neck of the ukulele, I think one of the best approaches is to just first learn some random chord voicings that are higher up on the neck and just start throwing them into your playing and your practice. So for instance, now whenever you're playing a song, maybe this could be your homework this week. Whenever you're playing a song and you come across the chord C7, instead of playing it like that, force yourself to play it like this. Just whenever you see it. Same thing with D7, force yourself to always play it like this. Same with E7, force yourself to always play it like this. And maybe just add those 3 chords into your practice this week and see what happens. And that way, you're just going to start getting used to these new chord voicings. And week by week, you can add in new, more fun voicings as well, okay? And I want to show you one more option. If we move up to the 8th fret, just one more fret, so we're at the 7th fret for E7. If we move up one more fret to the 8th and 9th fret, like that, we now have an F7 chord, okay? So you might have been playing F7 like this, or like that, right? But now you can play it like this. So it's that same chord shape. So see the root note is here, that's the note F, right? D, D sharp, E, F, okay? So when you bar the 8th fret and put your finger there, we have an F7 chord, okay? So now we have 4 chords with the same chord shape, right? This is the shape. My fingers are in the exact same shape the entire time, right? But I have just 4 new chords just to throw into my playing. That is it for today, guys. Just a fun, quick little lesson. I will be making more of these types of videos, just showing new fun chord voicings that you can use in your playing. By the way, if you like this Kala resonator ukulele, it's super awesome. It has a resonator cone in it, so it's extra loud. I have a 10% discount code for all Kala ukuleles and products in a link in the description below, so check that out. If you want the chord diagrams for these chords and these chord voicings, I have a printable PDF you can download in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Gracie Terzian. I post 1 video a week here on YouTube, and if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, say hey, share it with a friend who you think might enjoy it, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And that is it. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day or night.